Hi, my name is Christopher Terry, CEO of iMarkets Live, and we are here with a beautiful, beautiful group of people on Wednesday morning, 2 a.m. to 2:20 a.m. And we're going to be doing a class this morning, and it's going to be recorded so that we can save it and give it to everybody. But before we do everything, raise my glass and have a sip of water. That's right, I just took a sip of water on the recording. And that's basically to show you that we're cool. Let's just have some fun and let's learn. I think I'm going to define a few things. I think tonight we'll look at trend lines. I think we'll look at maybe a pattern or so. I think we'll look at Fibonacci. I think we'll do some Fibonacci, how to look at levels in Fibonacci, how to buy and sell. We're just going to better be Kangen water. Somebody said, oh my God, Brendan Teague and his whole crew here. They're coming to get me, Ronnie. The Kangen crew is coming to get me. They want me to drink the good water. They don't want me poisoning my body. So I'll drink that and I'll have McDonald's. All right. So so let's start with trade execution. So we'll start with trade execution. So guys, hold up on your questions and comments and everything. Real hard to watch it scrolling. So I got to get into my little comfort zone here because that's what I need to be in my comfort zone. All right. So first off, I want to do a couple of things. I want to go over orders, trade orders that you want to place. Okay, when you're trading, because I noticed also traders don't understand, or new people don't understand how to even place a trade. Yes, see, I'm going to be getting into all these questions that they're asking, and we're going to do it together. Now, I did post in the link in the guys. I did post in there all the different links that we've done, and one of them was the basics class, and I talked about risk and all that. So I'm not going to do that over again. There's no sense. And for those that are listening to the video, this information is also going to be in the back office on iMarkets Live. So let's start looking at how to execute a trade. Okay, so how do you place a buy? How do you place a sell? Can I make the screen bigger? No, right? All right. Let's just say that you like the market as a buy right here. You feel it's a buy. And there's a couple of different ways how to do it. So let's hypothetically think that you want to wait for the market to come here or down in this area, okay? Remove that. You want to come here. So there's three types of order, a couple types of orders. So the first types of orders. And if anybody's here looking to hate on me of how I do things and how I type in, and you're looking to find some kind of a weakness in Christopher Terry, because I know I have haters, I know you guys are watching, but maybe you'll learn something, all right? Maybe you actually will learn something, how to be a professional and not hate on anybody. So our goal together, or all of us that are out there that are educating, is to educate the people and not to have issues with one another. So put your focus on the people, not on me. All right. So first order is a market order. You guys agree? I see some of this stuff. Unbelievable. Can you imagine? You know, when you attack somebody, you actually have fear, don't you? So first order is market order. We're going to do another one. It's called a stop an entry, a buy, sell, stop to enter. And you notice that I put 1 twice, right? Because it's 2:30 in the morning, that's why. I had a good sleep, guys. I slept really good. I had a really nice nap. I know. Stop the hate. It's okay. We're teaching tonight. We have no hate. We have love. I have nothing else to do than to teach you guys tonight. So if you're here for trading, you just wait until I'm done. And if we find something great, all right. Tonight's we've been talking about it. I want to teach. All right. I wanted to teach tonight. We've been doing real good with our trading. And the one thing that will keep you on point with your trading is sometimes you need to take a break and do something else. So that's why I pick a couple times a week to kind of just shake things up a little bit differently and not get so ingrained of worrying about putting a trade on. Let's just sit back a little bit, let the markets tell us what they want to do. I'm not in a rush. Ex, exiting in partial, exiting in partials. Okay. So let me just do something here also. Okay, let me see if I can show this a bit better. Okay. Okay, so the types of orders we have are market order, buy or sell to stop to enter, stop loss, and that means to close trade. And then buy or sell limit, and then exiting partials. So let's see what we have here. Market order. So you see on your screen, on the top left, on the screen, hold on a second. My Facebook, I tried to sleep, and hold on a second, please. Okay. Let me just somehow turn the sound down. And I know you guys are watching me in the Dallas-Fort Worth crash house, trade house. I see you guys doing that. So guys, check this out. We got a group, and there's actually several of them doing this, that they send the pictures on Facebook, and there's like 20 or 30 guys and girls just hanging out with a big screen TV, and they got the room set up, and they're learning. They physically set up a trading house to learn. How great is that? Is that amazing? That is the most coolest thing in the world. They're all hanging out as a team, learning together like it's school, but school in the middle of the night. And so what? You know, we're marketers and we're network marketers, we're traders. We're like, listen, I have to be honest with you. Golden traders and network marketers are no different than my dog Ronnie. We really are not. You know why? We never know what time it is. We don't. We just, she gets up. I've proven it with you guys. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and she's ready to eat dinner. You know, meanwhile, she already had dinner. You know, we can feed her dinner and then give her dinner. So market orders is basically, if you look at the top left of your screen, you can buy or sell. Now, the thing with Forex is there's what's something called the spread. The spread is where the brokers make all the money and they rob you. Okay, let's call it what it is. So they'll sell it to you at 32 and they're going to buy it from you at 35. So let's just put this in normal language. The broker says to you, you know, if you want to buy this this bottle, I'll sell it to you. You could buy it at $35, but I'll take that bottle that you have, that same bottle, I'll buy it from you for 32 bucks. So let's do this one more time. Let's do one more time. So you're the broker and the trader, okay? So the trader wants to buy. I want to buy. We want to buy. It could be a bottle. It doesn't matter. And the broker says, no problem. I'll sell it to you for 35 bucks. But I'll buy yours. You sell it to me for 31 bucks. What they're saying basically is you give me a $3 spread. So in Forex, you can see it's $3 here almost, right? 2 points, 3 points, doesn't matter. And those pips are the spread. So at $10 a pip, they're saying to you, well, you know what? Is 30 bucks. Give me 30 bucks. So you're paying them 30 bucks to do a transaction or whatever, 2.5, it doesn't matter. So let's just say you wanted to buy and you just press the buy button. Now sometimes a little button pops up and says, would you like to do an instant trade or whatever? And you hit the button, yes. But once you're set up, you're buying and selling. So simple. So let's just say you like a trade right here that you think the market's going to go up. And Chris says to you, buy here, right? And let's just say we're in the room and I have this up here like that. Okay, let's do like a real life scenario. All right, since you guys are with me in the room here. And I say to you, buy here and buy there. Okay? I say to you, buy here and buy there. And I say you can start buying here and then we'll put the balance down here. All right, you guys see me do this, right, all the time? Right? You see me doing it all the time? So, and then you get people saying like this, here, right now, here, like LaRue, I see you. So if I say, look, right here, just buy half. Yeah, 2 different buys. Buy half, just buy here. All right, you would buy, okay? But if I just say just buy here, and maybe we even put a stop below here. Let's just buy here, and then put your balance here, and then we're going to risk right there. So let's just make this how we do it in the room. Okay? And let me just make this a little bit thinner so we're all on the same page. I got to show you the execution also. All right. So I say buy, and you guys are like, buy here? Do I buy? Yes. You go here and you buy. You press the button, it buys. And now you have a position on that's 0.10. So that's a market order. That's a buy order. If you click on the left, you would do a sell order. Very simple. So that's a market order. Lorraine, yours should do that. Okay, yours should do that. You should have no problem. Okay, now that's a market. Okay, which system do you have, Lorraine? Is it MT4? I have no idea why yours does that. You may want to actually call the broker and ask them that, because I can't look at your screen, but I'm going to go through the basics here. So up here, a little triangle, you can close this, open it. All right up here, little triangle, you can close it, you can open it. See that? That's an instant execution button there. So market order, you're buying. Chris says, buy, right? And you buy it. Now you're paying right here, see 250? That $2.50 is 2.5 pips. 2.5 pips. That spread right there is where the broker says, you know what? Pay me 2.5 pips and I'll get you into the trade. Let's call it what it is. You know, they're the they're the thieves, quite honestly. They're thieves. They're just literally just robbing people. That's why these brokers are so rich. You know, they really need to charge that much money? Yeah, the VIG. They really need to take that much money? So, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? I personally don't really care about this spread because we look at bigger swings. So it's all built in. It is what it is. There's a commission in there. Everybody's got to eat. And the fact is, that's just the way life is. That's the way businesses run. So I got my golden retriever, Ronnie, learning with us tonight. How you doing, Ronnie? You want to learn with us? And so if you want to sell the market on the left, you sell. Now, how do you exit the trades? I keep entering. Don't worry about all that stuff, guys. I'm doing it. Listen, Michael, everybody, stop thinking in advance, man. Just relax. Chris has got you. Stop thinking about what's going to do next, man. You're so worried about what we're going to do next. Focus on what we got, man. Dania, all right. So don't worry about modifying. I'm just going through everything basically here. I want you guys to learn, and I'm not going to leave until we do this. So that's why I keep doing it a few times. I want you guys to get familiar with this. There's a few ways to do this. A few ways. You see? There's different ways to do this. I'm going to show you. So you buy and sell. So a market order, we buy. And now you want to put a stop loss. Okay? A stop loss. You can actually left click on the execution, that entry, left mouse key, and hold it and drag it down. You see that? Okay? You can do that. That's what's cool. You can move your stop around as you wish. Really nice. Ronnie, you got to leave us alone. You guys got to see what I'm dealing with right here. Hold on. Watch. Look at this. You see what I'm dealing with? Come on, up. Come on. Come on. Say hello to everybody. Say hello to everybody. All right, guys. This is Ronnie. She's come to say good morning. She has a little bow ties in her ears, and this is her being dominant. She's not really happy that I'm doing this, and she's got my socks all over the floor and everything. So let me just take the camera down. So she's a beautiful girl, and every morning we give her some treats. So she's waiting for her treats. So let's just one more time practice on this. Okay, yes, Vesna, her name is Ronnie. She's it's an Indian name for queen. So we buy the market. You then left mouse click on the actual order that you've placed and you drag it down. You see that? You drag it down and you can put your risk anywhere you want. So when I tell you bring your risk up, left mouse key, bring it up. Okay? Very simple. Now, what about the target? Let's just say we have a target over here. Okay, let's just say we have a target here. I'm going to take this left mouse key and I'm going to drag it up. So you hold it down and you drag it up. You have a left, you see that? So you are able to put your targets, your take profit, your stop, everything, everything in, and everything shows up right at the bottom here. All your information is at the bottom of the terminal. Oh my gosh, I didn't know the word Ronnie meant so many things in so many languages. It's R-A-N-I. I got Ronnie from a beautiful Indian girl. All right, let's call it what it is, guys. Let me show you the beautiful Indian girl, because without her, Ronnie would not be here with us. So, well, my Facebook is off, so we're not going to show her. All right, forget about her. So, that is placing a market order and then placing a stop and a take profit. But let's say that you wanted to exit partials, right? You wanted to exit partials. You go to the order that you're in, you right click, you modify, you see? You go to, now I could change the stop, right? You could change the stop in here. Or you do instant execution. And then the volume. So right now you're in a trade, you have 0.10. Then let's just say you want to exit half. So Chris says exit half of the trade, right? Exit half of the trade. And for those that are just signing on, I see we've got people piling on. We're doing a class right now, a basics class tonight. So let's just say you're in a trade, and that's the EUR-USD. You got all these other ones. And you're in a trade and you say, you know what? Chris says exit half. And you say, I don't know how to exit half. Well, we're going to teach you. So you type in half, right? So you just type in 05 because that would be half of 10. And then you would close half of the position. So if you look down here where it's 10, 0.10, it's going to become 0.05. And then I exit. I close. And see, it went down to half. Everything's uniform. All the stops, everything here is in place. Okay? So if I wanted to, it should work the same way on MetaTrader 4 no matter what. Okay? So that's how you exit half or exit partials. And let's just say Chris says, well, exit another half. You right click, you modify, go to instant execution, you have 05, and then Chris says exit half, and you're thinking, I can't exit 2.5. Well, just common sense. Look, either exit 2 or 3, 0.02, 0.3. So you exit 0.03, you close it, and you're here. If in fact, when you're ready to close everything, Bobby LaRue, how about the Bobby? You're the one that's you're the one that did the fireplace with the money on it. Is that you? I think. I'm not sure. Or you're related to the other one. Oh, Bobby LaRue. She's the best. She's the bomb. So right here, I think she's with Emery Holmes, right? The Wealth Club. Is that the same team? Lady Boss. They got a lot of Lady Boss. They got Heather. I see Heather's here, and I know Christina's here. Oh my gosh. So look, you want to exit the trade. Right here, little X at the bottom. You exit. You're done. You're out. So, ready? Going to do this again. Market order buy. We're just going to buy it. Chris says put your stop down here. Left click, mouse key. Bang. Here's your stop. Take profit. Left mouse key, drag it. Stop. You're done. Don't be stressing out how to do this, okay? Then Chris says exit half. You right click down on the area where the order is, where the trade's going on. You go down to instant execution. You got 0.10 on, or doesn't matter, whatever you got, okay? You just exit half of that. 5, okay? 0.05, see that? 0.05. Then you close. Close. You're done. And then, I don't know if it could still work on the phone, Brianna. I really don't. I really don't, sweetheart. I have no idea. And I'll shout out to Brianna also. And X right here, you close your trade. So what we did was we took market order. We got rid of that. Stop loss to close a trade. We got that, but we're not finished. Buy and sell limit. We got that. Exiting partials. We got that. Now, it was somebody saying it works from the phone. So buy and sell stop to enter. Let's just say you're not in a trade, okay? You're not in a trade, and you want to enter a trade, and the trade you want to enter is right here above that bar. So let's just do like a real life scenario. All right, if the market goes above this area, Ronnie's my dog wife. She does not like the fact I'm taking attention from her. I got this toy from one of my guys here. All right, here. And this is how I scare the hell out of Ronnie. I feel so bad what I'm going to do. Okay. When she hears this sound, she loses her mind. She runs away. Here. Go get your rooster. Is that hilarious? It's like a rooster duck or something. It goes, cock-a-doodle-doo. So, cock-a-doodle-doo. So we got right here, let's just say the market, you want to buy it up here. And you want to go to sleep. And if the market gets here, you want to buy it and you want to put your stop in. So right click here, right? Oops. Right click here, trading. Okay, you follow me. Right click, trading. Buy stop. Buy stop to enter. Buy stop to enter, right? You're opening up a trade. You click on buy stop. You see that? Well, here's the cool thing. You left mouse click and you drop your stop here. For some reason, it's not doing that. All right, we're not doing that. Oh, I got to do it down there. Okay, hold on. One more time. One more time. Buy stop to enter. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. So let me just see something here. 1.08. That's weird. Why it's not doing it on mine tonight. Okay, so you would have 1.08 as your stop, and then take profit 1.09, okay? All right, so we'll say 1.087, okay? And I'll show you this again once we do it, okay? 1.08. So we modify it, we click it, and you put all your stops in place. So I'm going to show you again how to do this. One more time. So let's just say you wanted the market to buy it here. Okay, you buy it right there. So you right click, trading, buy stop. Now you want to put your target, you want to risk say 30 pips or whatever it may be. Let's just say you want to risk it under here, okay? So it's 1.08, and then up here 1.087. So you got your buy stop in. That means if the market goes here, it's going to enter a trade right here. You go here, it's going to enter a trade right there. You got that? So you go right down here, right click, you modify. All right, you're modifying it. Oops, not as an execution. There we go. So if in fact it enters right here and you want to put it at 1.08, the stop, come down here, 1.08, and then your target is 1.087, right? 1.087. Okay, David Estrella is asking, why should we set up a take profit? Because I'm just showing you an example. We're not managing, it's not a trade, buddy. It's not a trade. I'm just showing you an example of that if you wanted to set it and forget it, okay? That's all I'm doing. You're setting a trade, you're setting in and forget it. I'm just giving you an example. You go to sleep and you sleep for 8 hours in the market and it enters a trade for you. You put your stop, your targets, you're good, okay? Okay. Yeah, it's just I'm just saying that if you want to put a trade in and walk away, you're going on a plane. David gets on a plane, you want to come to Las Vegas, you want to hang out with me, and in the middle of the train, the plane, it hits the price, and you're sitting there going, oh man, I wonder if I got into the trade. At least you know you're protected. So you hit modify, and you've got all your stuff in place. You can walk away, and now if it hits here, your stop is going to be in place and your target's going to be in place. Okay? Fair enough? So then right here, if you want to exit out, you cancel it. So that's a buy and sell stop to enter. The same thing goes for if you wanted to sell it down here on a stop, trading, sell stop. Okay? And the same thing would go if you were on a sell stop, you would want to put a stop and take profit. So let's just say you're going to enter down here as a sell. So let's just say 1.08, that's your risk, and 1.07 is your target. Okay, so if you entered here on a sell, you would buy it, you would be stop here and your target's down here. No, I didn't say we're buying. We're not doing anything. I'm teaching you. We're not doing a trade right now. You're not doing anything, okay? Mohammed, no trades, okay? Everybody, we're teaching today. There's no trades. I'm not doing any trades, okay? If you're not here for class, go home. Okay? If you're not here for class, go home, all right? Go do something. So we're not buying and trading, man. We're just relax. I'm teaching you today. Okay. All right, Mohammed. We love you, brother. Okay. So we just did a buy and sell stop to enter along with the risk. The next one is a buy limit and sell limit. You don't see the chat because I guess you can't. I don't know. So I can see all the questions and everything. I want you focusing on the charts. I don't want you focusing on each other right now. You have enough time. You have Facebook. You guys have Facebook to focus on each other, right? You have Facebook. You can sit, you can chat, you can post, you can defriend people, you can do all that stuff. So types of order is the buy and the sell limit, all right? All right, listen, you guys want to chat? Look, watch. www.facebook, here, watch. www.facebook.com/marketwiz212. Because stay in touch with me because I'm going to be posting a new link in the near future for our room. So if you ever happen to get disconnected, so make sure you friend me on Facebook. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to try to solicit you into my company. I don't do that. You guys want to laugh? You guys really want to laugh? Ryan DeFreitas, Garrett Roberts. I know Ryan DeFreitas for over a year, and I never talked to him about my company. I never talked to him. We just used to sit and talk about charts. So one night, his friend of a friend, this guy Travis Wooten, he finds an Instagram photo I did with I did beet juice, and I put it somewhere, and I did beet juice, and I put it as Forex, Yeah. So he found it. He searches me out, and he talks, and he was in the other company that I have nothing negative to say. Just put it like that. Whatever. So he was in the other company, as they call it. And he messaged me. He says, look, I'm not really happy where I am. They don't provide this or that or the other thing. Okay, fine, whatever. And he says, I'd like to hook up with you. So he goes, I got my partner, Garrett. I'm like, okay, we'll talk. So Garrett and him, we get on a hangout, and he says, we're excited, but we have to get our partner, Ryan, or else, Ryan makes all the decisions. I said, okay, get Ryan. What do you want me to tell you? I was just doing a normal hangout like I do every day anyway. I do a lot of hangouts. So he gets this guy, Ryan, on the phone, who became the leader of the whole exchange, which led to profits and pips and all that and everything else, global visions and all that. So he gets on there, and I'm looking at him on the hangout. He looks at me and goes, Chris Terry, you own iMarkets Live? I'm like, yeah, you never knew this? So like for a year, he didn't even know. So that's my marketing, guys. If it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't be here. A lot of you wouldn't be here. I have to be honest with you, because I don't know too many of the older crowd that's around. So none of you would be here if it wasn't for them, getting on a hangout. So now that we had a little that, we can continue and focus on the charts, okay? So I just have to give a shout out to those guys. I love each and every one of them. And we're going to look at the next one of a buy or a sell limit, okay? And we did the stop loss already, right? We did the stop loss already. Now we're doing a buy or a sell limit. So the market's here, and you say, and Chris says, if the market gets down into a zone, I want to buy it. So you say, okay, right down here. Buy limit. You see that? You just right click on the screen, buy limit. You bought it. If you move this around, it will move. So you can do this. Watch. Let me show you something. So let's just say we're looking at a zone, and you don't know exactly where we're going to do it, right? You don't know exactly, but it ends up being here. You could just, Chris says, look, buy the zone. You do this anywhere in the screen, right? Buy limit. And then you say, okay, he wants to buy it at 1.08, whatever, right here. It just happens I did that on top of the line. Okay, so let's just give it a line. So you could put buy limit anywhere. It doesn't matter. You could drag it. Left mouse click, drag it up. And then once it's here, it's in a pending state waiting for it to hit. You could right click modify, and you could say, you know what? The price is 0851. I want to go 1.075. And my target is 1.085. Okay, I'm going to explain. So somebody just asked what the difference is between a buy limit and a buy stop. Okay, here is price. Okay, here is price. If you want to enter, if the price goes up, you enter a buy stop right there. That means a buy stop, when you enter, you're going to be a buyer. A buy limit means that if the market comes down to an area that you want to buy, you buy it, and from that point, you are a buyer, and if the market goes up, you make money. It's just basically what I just did. If the market comes here, you're going to be a buyer, and that's going to be your target, and that's going to be your risk. So when you get a chance, you're going to get the video. I'll send it out to the members. I'll put it on Facebook. That essentially you have everything in place. So one more time, let's do buy or limit one more time. So LaRue, if the market goes above, you put a buy stop, right? A buy stop. That means if the market goes here, you enter to buy. This is a buy limit. You do it below the market, and then you can adjust your risk below that. All right, you could always just put your risk in. You don't need to put your targets either right away. You can do however you want to do it. All right, and then you hit the button to exit. So that is how we do it. So we taught tonight market order, limit order, stop to enter, stop loss, take profit, and modify an order to exit out of partials. So we basically shown you how to do all of that so far. All right? So, well, I'm not finished. So right here, all right, right here is up here, right there. All right, let's just look. Okay. New order. See tools? Let's just say you wanted a trade right now. New order. See that? This is like conspiracy theory. Oh no. New world order. Oh no. Okay. So new order. So tools, new order, you click the button and it pops up this button right here. And in here, you can do an order, a buy or a sell. You could put a buy limit, a buy stop. So if you feel more comfortable doing this, and you say, Chris says, well, you want to buy it down here, you want to do this, and you go, okay. So you go to tools, new order. It has everything. So then you could do instant execution. You could buy, you do your size, right? You could do your size. You could do any symbol you want. So let's just say you're on some chart and Chris says, we're buying the EUR USD. We're buying the GBP USD right here. We're buying the GBP USD right here. And you're like, how do I get the chart? How do I get the chart? No, don't worry about it. New order, GBP USD. All right, you're buying them. You buy them. You don't have to worry about the chart. You see, then you take this down here, left mouse click, and drag it. Drop it. You see what happens? You change the chart. So let's do this again. All right? You're sitting here and you're thinking, okay, Chris is playing with Ronnie. Life is good. I'm hanging out with Chris. We're good. Ah, we're good. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Dorian Godfrey goes, IML 3 letters, EUR 3 letters, USD 3 letters, 666, Illuminati confirmed. We're ruling the market. That's it. They sent me to rule the market. Because I'll be all over Facebook now. Chris is a 666 guy, you know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do that again. So Chris is talking, well, sitting there hanging out, the GBP's on your screen, and you're doing this. This is you. I got to put my trend line in, and then you hear me screaming, buy, buy, buy. You're like, what are you buying? The EUR USD. I'm like, what? What do you mean the EUR USD? What? You go here. You just calm down, and you put your shirt on. Calm down, relax, and calm down. Okay, or trade and calm down. So tools, new order, okay, and then you set your trade, and you say, okay, I like to do this much. You instant execution, you're in. Okay, then you go to the symbol. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. So tools, we're looking at the EUR. You have the GBP USD chart. You want to buy the EUR USD. You go here in a relaxed state. You hit the EUR USD. You want to buy 05. Chris says buy 0.10 per thousand, right? And you're like, I have $1,000 in my account. Chris said, buy 1 per 1,000, 1 mini. I buy. So now you bought it. You left click on the symbol, you drag it into the chart, you now have the EUR USD, and then Chris says, put your stop down at such and such. You take your left mouse key, you drag it down, you put your stop, and then left mouse key, you want to put your target. And you know what? If you don't need to put your target, don't worry about it anyway. You know, it's if it's up here, you say, you know what? I don't want to put a target. You modify it. Okay. 0. You get rid of it. Okay. So somebody's saying you can press F9. Tristan, I love you. Watch this. F9, it pops up. Same thing. Okay. So you have various ways to enter the market, exit the market. There's no way that we don't understand how to enter and exit the market. So we got all that. We're good. I don't really do that, Mark. I don't really do that. You know, I don't really do that. So Mark is saying, can we put limits out there where you can offer out? So for instance, let's just say you bought the market. You bought the market and you want to offer out different locations. So for instance, you want to offer out, take profits into advance. So you want to do a pending order. You want to do a sell limit. I don't really do it that way, Mark. So it's something I never really do. I put it out there, but basically you can put your volume at 0.5, all right? You want to sell half, and you want to do it at 1.087, okay? You do that, and you put it out there, but it doesn't allow you to do all the other things you want. You have to enter multiple trades, so unfortunately, all right? Well, I'm just giving an example, one, whatever. So that's how you enter and exit trades on MetaTrader 4. A little bit of water. So guys, why don't we do this? Let's just take 2 minutes, stretch out, get yourself some water, go to the bathroom. We'll take 2 minutes, hurry back. I'm going to get some water, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to continue to go further, and I'll look at some of the questions, okay? So just grab 2 minutes. I'll be back, okay? I'm going to show you how you make MetaTrader look like mine. Okay, I'm going to show you everything, guys. I heard rumors of the market crash, and if it does, we'll be still able to make a profit. Yep, if it goes up or down. All right, so what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you how to set up your screen. And then actually, my friend, in terms of setting up the screens and all that, thank you, Ronnie. Okay. All right, guys. Let me just go check one of the videos we did, so at least we're on the same page, okay? Chart up on the All right, guys, just hang tight for a minute or so, and then we're going to get back, and we're going to continue, okay? So just want to make sure everybody gets up, goes to the bathroom, and stretches out, you know, could take the dog out for a minute or whatever. Okay, guys, rather than doing the class on that, any education on that, if you can you see the link that I just put in, guys? The link, can you all see that link that I just put there to the room? Okay, okay. So right here, for those of you that are asking how to change MetaTrader 4, how to set up the charts and all that, that video will go through everything. We did this the other night. So I want you guys to have that, you know, all set up for you and everything, okay? So that you can spend time with. I already did a class on that. How do you set up your charts and the colors? So Angel and the other gentleman, that's how you do it, okay? Somebody's asking, why is my harmonic not working? Anthony McDonald, email support, right, at imarketslive.com. This is not the support room, my friend. So email support at imarketslive.com. Which platform? Which one? I'm showing you FXCM on my screen. It's working. So unless I can check with the programmer, I can ask him. No problem. Okay, no problem. They're working on the back end on the on FX Signals Live right now. They're doing something. They're working in the middle of the night here. That's why you can't set up that FX Signals Live tonight. They're working on it right now. Exactly. Oh, close your platform and open it up again. Actually, mine's off also. Let me find out from the programmer. Okay, he may be doing something, okay? Let me see what the story is. All right, let me find out from the programmer what the story is. I'll edit this video before I put it out there, so don't worry about it, okay? All right, so when he answers, or if and when he answers, I'll deal with it. But right now, let's get back to the class. Okay, so I sent you the class that has, actually, hold on a second. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at something here. Okay. All right. So let me see what the story is. He hasn't. Well, I guess it's working. That just must be the API connection or something. I wouldn't worry about it. Maybe they're doing updates on my main server. So it looks like, depending where you put your stop loss, you may or may not have been stopped out last night in the AUD USD. Some people got stopped, some people didn't. If you didn't, you're making money. If you did, you got broke even on the balance of that trade. So there must be something happening on the API. So I wouldn't worry about it, guys. So let's continue. Okay. So what else were we going to talk about in terms of class tonight? Can anybody just throw me a couple ideas? What else you guys, what we want to talk about? Want to talk about trend lines? Okay. What else? What's price attacking? I don't know what that means. Reversal, resistance, Elliott wave, trend lines, moving averages. Support and resistance. What's a Gartley? Pivot points. That's a great class. You know what? On Friday, we'll do some advanced trading. Arsalan John is asking me to do what's a pip. All right, what's a pip? And okay, guys, right here. Guys, right here, I'm sending out a link. This right here, that link right there, that gives you all the information on what's a pip, the risk, the trade size. That's a class we did the other day, Arsalan John. It's an absolutely amazing class. So for those of you that wanted to know that, Anthony, right there, I sent everything out, and of course somebody said a pip is equivalent to 10 pipettes. Marcion, you listened the other night. So that class right there that I just sent, that's a link, it's a video. We did nearly an hour just on that one subject alone. Okay, so take a look at that link. All right, so we're going to talk about trend lines. We're going to talk about trend lines now, and we're going to talk about Fibonacci. Okay, trend lines and Fibonacci. So here on your charts, okay, right here, we're going to talk about support and resistance, trend lines, and Fibonacci. So right here up on the left, you have your cursor, you have your crosshairs, you have your vertical line, you have a horizontal line. So when you first get this set up in MetaTrader 4, it looks like this. So let's learn. Okay. Here's how we're learning. All right. Number one, horizontal line. Well, before we get there, let's talk about this. I watched these two girls the other day teaching, and they absolutely did a kick-ass job. The girls were showing support and resistance, and I was talking to Darwin Lopez, who's a great, amazing gentleman. Um, and we were talking this morning, and the Forex chicks, yeah. And these two girls are cool. They're screaming into the microphone, and they're screaming onto the screen, and one girl gets up, and she's standing up, jumping up and down. This is support. And quite honestly, she got her point across. She got her point across. At first, I'm saying to myself, what is she doing? And she's jumping up and down. This is support. And she's jumping up and down. But this is the floor. That's support. That's the ceiling. Throw a ball, it bounces off, it hits you in the head. That's resistance. And she's right. So most people don't know what support and resistance is when they're new. So let's just say you look below you, the floor, that's support. You look above, that's resistance. And she did such a good job. I believe they're with us, or they educate with Darwin, and really two beautiful, great girls, and it's refreshing. And I sat there, I just loved every minute of it. So God bless them. So let's do this. Let's talk about horizontal lines of support and resistance, but we have to define what support and resistance is. So loosely, people use one data point. See, and I'm going to teach you the proper way. Ready? The swing low is considered data point. This is a swing high, swing low, data point, swing high, data point, swing low, swing high, 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 swing low, swing high. We got it, right? Don't ask me what a swing high and a swing low is. So, very simple. Like if you go to a Chinese restaurant, you say, what's in the chicken and rice? And they're going to tell you chicken and rice. And you go, oh. So here, somebody's going to say to me, what's the low? Well, that's the low. That's the high, you see? So low and high. Okay. So right here, let me see if this guy is not even there. Let me see if the system came back on. No, it must be doing something with the API. No problem. I'll look into it later. Swing rice. Swing rice. All right, how do I get rid of this? When you're removing stuff off of MetaTrader 4, good luck. So, data points, okay? Don Lingle's in the house this early in the morning. Don, what are you doing here at 3:30 a.m.? Don Lingle. So, support is the low. Resistance is a high. Okay, so now you got that. Loosely, you're using an individual swing high and low, which means at one point. A lot of people use them as a support or resistance. So really, 2 data points. Chris, what's at 2 data points? Well, here's one. Here's another one. Right there, guys. Right there. You see that? That is support because you have 2 data points. Okay? It's simple. Here's one data point. Here's 2 data points. So the fact that it did it twice, that's technically support. Okay? This is not support. This is not support. In a world of technical analysis, this is not support. This is support. I mean, this is resistance. You see this? Resistance means it's above you. Support means it's below you. Alrighty. So right here, that's resistance. Why is it resistance? Well, you had one data point. You see how market went there and failed? You hit a second data point and the market failed. So that's resistance. Two data, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the distance. The fact is, when you have two data points, that's considered support and that's considered resistance. Now, I do want to let you know that in a strongly trending market, for instance, right here, all right, I don't want you to look at this and go, well, he has two data points. You also have to be considerate of the range, you know. No, they don't have to be opposite. Just basically, you want two key data points. Oh, he's here. Can you? Is yours working? So, support and resistance. You multiple data points. That's essentially what you're looking at. Two data points. That's where you got really really confirmed. Yes, yes, right up here. That's resistance. That's support. So looking at support, this would be equivalent to your floor. Up here, Azimudin? Yes, yes, yes. He's asking, would this be considered resistance? Yes. Once this failed to continue and turn down, okay? Right. So even though it looked like that, the fact is once it failed back below, so you had a push up and then you had a failure back below the prior high, that confirms that this is a resistance area. That's a resistance. So when I would look at it, I would do something like this. I would look at this whole area and say, okay, it's failed this area at AZ, and it turned back down. So that, and you could see here, all right, you can see how respectful the market is. It went down, it went up and hit it, and went down. So that's kind of telling you that the market is respecting this high. So whoever mentioned that AZ, that right there, I appreciate you pointing that out because that's an important thing to note in terms of support and resistance. So that's when you look at support and resistance. From that point, you want to look at trend lines. Now, that's not to say that you don't want to use these other lines of data, these data points, as a support and resistance. It all determines where it is versus the past. And we're not going to get into that in a moment. Like for instance, I'll give you an example. Right here, all this information here, right? All this information here, all this data here, that's resistance, right? You can see it. The market stopped, it hit here again, that's resistance. So you would actually look at this as a resistance because all of this had happened in the past, you see? That's right. Guys, hold on a second. Let me just check something. All right, it's working for some reason. Maybe there's something going on with the API. They're working on it. Sometimes in the middle of the night that happens. So, okay. So let's continue to look at placing these trend lines on the chart. Now you can right-click objects. You go here. You delete it. That's fine. So let's look at So Angel was asking me about when you have areas like, for instance, a sell area, buys area, you could put your limits in like we taught you before. But let's now look at horizontal lines and how they work. When you first go to use them on your chart, they look like this thin red line, and you really don't know what to do with them. You double click, you can delete them. So let's just show you how to use them to start. So how I do it is, you click up here, you just drop it anywhere. You get familiar with it. Feels good? Okay. You double left mouse click, you see that little dot on the right? You right click, properties, you can make it bigger, smaller. Okay. Double click it again, right click, horizontal properties. You could put them, maybe you put it on a chart. Maybe you like to put it at point 09. Okay. You can move the chart that way. You could drag it. When it has that double click, when you double click it, it has that little button right here, that little thing right there. You can move it. So what I like to do is I like to keep my red lines on the top and blue lines on the bottom. I keep a white chart. Okay? I keep a white chart, and I like to keep my red lines on the top and blue lines on the bottom, no matter what I do. So horizontal line, you see a swing high. Remember we told you what that was. You want to make it a little thicker. That's fine. I'm using this to show you how simple it is. All right. Double click, and now it's locked in. You can't move it. And then you have the bottom one, right? So you can point out all the support and resistance levels that you want to identify on your chart, so it makes things clearer. So you can basically just put your horizontal lines. I like to do this. I like to, put lines where all these little, hold on a second. He's asking me a question, so just give me a moment. Okay. So what I like to do in the past is I look at what has happened in the past, and I like to draw horizontal lines. It just is what it is. So right now, if I'm looking at the market now, I look at all the different levels and zones where the market has been, and the GBP, I can't do that right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm not in a trade. ND, I'm not in a trade right now. We're not in any trades. So okay. So I look at the past, I look at all the little data points, I draw them out of my chart because it's important for you to really have an understanding where you are in the market. Okay? Double click, you make it here. I like to look at all these data points. Like right here, guys, right here. Swing low, data point, right? Data point. See? Data point. 2 data points. That's support right there. That's support like that. And you see how the market just finds a support. We're down here again on the EUR-USD one more time. That's a data point. I would not be surprised if this market turns up and continues to go higher. I would not be surprised. All right? So that's how you use horizontal lines. That's how you use them. All right? The other thing you can use them for is you can set an alert right there. If the market gets to a certain spot, you set an alert, okay, on that. Right here. See it? So let's get rid of the trend lines. Those are horizontal trend lines. And you always, if you're looking at candlesticks, top of the wick, the alert is basically if price gets to that point. Bottom of the wick, you do not put them in here like that. You do not put them at the body. You do not put them at the body. You put them at the highest and lowest points. Highest and lowest points. You do not put them in the middle of a wick, a candle. You don't do that, okay? So you want me to do the alert again, AZ? Mark? Okay. If you feel that the market could come down here and you want to put an alert, you right-click, trading, and you put an alert. It'll just alert you that it happened. See? Right here? It alerts you. See? You see? Okay. Let's also look at trend lines. And you know, based on what I'm seeing out there, there is definitely a miscommunication with trend lines, the importance of. So you take the high of the wick, and you go down. You take the high of the wick, the low of the wick, right? I mean the high of the wick. See that? Okay, right there. See them right there, these data points? So when you're doing trend lines, you're looking at the highs, okay? You don't go in the body. You do not go there, okay? So with trend lines, I basically I don't particularly do this. I don't sit there and do this, quite honestly. I don't really do this anymore. I don't, you know, you do that when you're first learning. All right, when you're first learning how to do trades, you do a lot of this. Or if you have to do it where you can remember it, okay, fine. But I'm not one of those guys that sit and draws trend lines out. And I see a lot of people do this. I see a lot of people do this. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what that is. You know, they just throw trend lines. Are, you know, I don't know what that is. Where that would come and have value would be something like this right here. You see that? And you see this. All right? That right there, that's a proper trend line. Those are proper trend lines. Those are proper trend lines. Data point, data point, data point, data point. So you want to see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you want to see these multiple data points. Within a trend or a range, you want to see multiple data points. Okay, but in terms of drawing a trend line, it's so simple. Whoops. We don't need the indicator, right? Let's get rid of that. So trend lines are very simple. It just takes a little time for you to use them. And know that when you put the trend line here, when you get yours originally, when you get yours from MetaTrader, what's going to happen is it's going to look like this. It's going to look like that. You're going to be like, this don't look like Chris Terry's. And then you go to do something. It's like, this don't look like Chris Terry's. How did he do his? It's simple. Double click on the chart, right click. You get rid of the ray, common, and make this a little bit thicker. Make it whatever color you want. And you got it. You know what I'm saying? You can move it around. All right? Just like that. Not a problem. However you want to do it. Yeah, I know. All right, looks like there was so GBP/NZD. Somebody was asking me about the GBP/NZD. I like that. I like the GBP/NZD. I like this down here. So for those of you who want to trade, okay, I'm not calling this as a trade. I'm just not even going to pay attention. For those of you with the experience, if you want to work a trade on that, I like that. That's fine. I'm not going to get into your targets and everything, but that's a nice pattern. You see what I like to see, guys? I like to see this. I like to see all this data here. All this stuff in the past. You see all this? This is all support. You see this? All support in there. Just like we were talking about. That's all support. The market has to fight to go through there. So I consider this a support area. You see that? So when you're looking at a chart, you're looking at what has happened in the past. All right? So I like this on the buy side. I'm not going to get into targets and all that stuff. You see it if you have it. If you don't, let me just draw a picture for you. Okay, I'm not going to manage it. I'm not doing it tonight. I have other things to do in terms of helping you guys learn. So let's get back to the basics. We always have the question about Fibonacci. And I watch people with the Fibonacci. And I have advanced classes on that. And I could do an advanced class. I'm actually planning to do one. But keeping it basic, excuse me for yawning, keeping it basic, let's talk about Fibonacci. Let's talk about how to use it, okay? Don't worry about it. I got you guys. I got you. I got you on this. Okay, let me just do something here. Okay. Just get up my my thing here. Okay. So let's look simply. Let me just check something here. Just set up my little. Okay, guys. You guys ready to learn really about Fibonacci? So Yeah, the session is recorded. Okay, so I'm going to go another 15 minutes, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an advanced class another night, and maybe we'll do it on Friday, an advanced class on Fibonacci or something. But basically, just use the tool here. Mark, I'll see you at 4 o'clock. So right here, I just want to show you how to use the tool and the basics. Take the high, and you take the low, okay? You start with that. Double click in the middle, right click, delete. You go to the button here. You start at the high, left mouse click, drag it down, okay? And that's when you're looking for a retracement up, you start from the high and drag it down. So you're going from 100% to 0%, 100% to 0%. And you're looking for a retracement. There's retracement values that come into play with the Fibonacci. So left mouse click, right click, Fibonacci properties. This is what it typically looks like when you get it. All right, something like that. And a lot of people don't know what it is. So one more time. If you're looking for the market to go from low to high, you start at the high, 100% down to 0%. Remember I said that. Guys, 100% to 0%, 100% to 0%, because then it will go up, right? But if you're looking here on the left, all right, at the bottom, you're looking for a retracement. 100% to 0% comes down, 24, 30, okay? So wherever you're starting, that's the 100% line, that's where you're retracing from. How you left click, how you could set your Fibonacci properties, you right click in here, and you could set whatever colors you want, like that. If you want to do it a little bit thinner, okay? All right, so let's just say you want to erase, delete one. You got that, you see? Simple. Well, you have to determine, you look at the chart, and you look at the chart to determine where you're going to put Fibonacci. So there's two trains of thought. Okay, let's just take a look at this chart. So the big question a lot of times is, well, where do I put the line? Well, you're going to go, you want to look at this, at the range low and the range high, right? Range low and range high. Could you guys see my chart? You can see my chart, right? Range low to range high. What you're looking to do is, if the market went up, you're looking to see how far down it can come. So the market went up, and now you're looking to see how far down it can come, where possibly wants to go back up. So what I do my Fibonacci tool. I go here, here, and I see that it hit the 618. Now, for example, if you guys want to trade the Fibonacci, this EUR USD, there is nothing wrong with buying the market right here, right? Just watch. You're buying the market here or here on an order and looking for a higher move and putting your stop. So guys that are trading, okay, you have support here. There is nothing wrong with buying the market here and going higher, okay, and put your stops right underneath the market. So if you're trading and you want to look at that as a trade, I have no problem with that. But low to high, and then from high to low, you're looking at how far the market can pull back. So everybody wants to look at the 38, the 50, the 618, but they don't know where it comes from, right? Does anybody know how all these numbers are derived? So I'm not going to get so deep into it. It goes back to the 5th century BC from somebody called Phidias. Phidias found or discovered what's called the golden ratio, which is phi or phi, P-H-I. Okay, I'll give a little history. So phi, or which from phi, is the golden ratio. It's also called the it's also called 1.618. This is the world's most perfect number. Okay, the world's most perfect number is 1618. Okay, the world's most perfect number is 1618. Now I know people teach it out there, but I'm going to kind of help you a little bit. So that's the golden ratio. The other one is phi, the same thing, but little phi. And that equals 0.618. So when you're looking at trading, just the golden ratio, the golden ratios, if you look at some of the most, even your computer screen, they have the most perfect dimensions. It's the most pleasing to the eye. Your body, nature, plants, anything you could think of is based on the golden ratio. All right. Basically, it determines the length of this times this. Okay. So for instance, if this is 1 and this is 1.618. All right. It's also broken up into multiple parts. I can get into that later. But when you have the golden ratio, right here is where everything starts. Everything starts with the golden ratio. So if you say to yourself, well, let's do this again, okay? Let's go through and discover how the Fibonacci started. And we're just going to go through one or two examples. Because most people see that the Fibonacci, it's like, okay, I'm putting Fibonacci. What does that mean? How did they get to that? Where did that come from? Okay, first off, so you know, 50% is not, I don't even, look, who would met VB? Okay, 50% is not part of, really, it's not really part of Fibonacci. 50% is half of a whole. That's all that is. It's not part of quote unquote Fibonacci numbers. It really isn't. Okay, you're taking a half of a whole. What is important, and when even like when we're trading the harmonics, we discount the 50%. This is Fibonacci right here. So if we take phi, okay, phi or phi is 1.618. And then you have the little one, right? So you're learning the basics of Fibonacci here. So I'm going to make you smart enough to go ask people who are gurus, define Fibonacci. Where did it come from? It came from Phidias. He was a sculptor back in the 5th century. And he used it. He discovered all these perfect symmetries. He was some genius. Just like an Einstein back in the 5th century. He was a genius. He found that in math. It's found in math, the markets, nature. It's the world's perfect number. So how do you get these other numbers? Like, where did the 38% retracement come from? You know, where did the 38% retracement come from? And the numbers all work together. So if we took, and you can go ask somebody. I want you guys to go ask the guru traders, where did how did they arrive at the 38% retracement? Okay? Okay? So we know that phi is 1.618. Okay? We're going to get to that. Okay, so let me just do this. How do we get to these numbers? So if you take this, right, and you take 1.618 divided by 1, it equals 0.618. The world's perfect number. You had it in the 5th century, you figured it all out, and we can't do what he figured out 5,000 years later. Go figure. So, right? 5th, I don't even know what century we got, 20th century. So you got 0.618 divided by 1 equals 1.618. So this is called an inverse. When you're dividing by this 1 or these number, that is called an inverse. So 1.618 divided by 1 is equal to 1. A 0.618 divided by 1 is 1.618. You guys got that? Okay, good. Now if we take 0.618 divided by 1.618, okay, it's equal to 0.382. That's a Fibonacci number. I don't know what just happened just there. We'll do that again. Okay. Oh, here it goes. All right. Hold on a second. I'm sorry about that. 1 divided by 1.618. 1.618 equal 0.618. I apologize with that. And 1 divided by 0.618 is equal to that. Okay, so inverse of 1. I'm sorry about that, guys. So if we take the square root, if we divide 0.618 divided by 1.618, it equals 382. If we also take 1, right, minus 0.618, it equals 382. All these numbers, they all work together. Okay, they all work together. 1 minus 0.618 is 382. It's all working around the 1. It's all working around phi or phi, and you get that. If we take the square root, right? Square root and we take square root 3.382, that equals 0.618. So I'm trying to show you how this all works. Okay? So we can go back and forth and just go through this so many different ways that no matter how you twist it, yeah, it's called phi or phi. But it's really sounds like F-E-E-A-Z. The true pronunciation is F-E-E, but a lot of people call it phi because that's how it is, but it's really called phi. That's the correct pronunciation. So I call it phi. It's either or, it doesn't matter. Tomatoes, you know. Well, pi is different. Pi is 3.18 or whatever. That's different. This is phi. This is different. This is not the 3.18. This is different. Okay. This is Fibonacci. I'm showing you how Fibonacci was defined. So these numbers right here, yes, Yes, they're two different. Pi and phi are two different things. So now you guys know how the 382 was defined and how the 618 is defined. Now there's others that are in here. There's a 786, there's an 886, there's all square roots, but just to keep the basic Fibonacci, at least you have an idea of what they are. The most important numbers in Fibonacci are 382.618, 1, actually it's 1, and 1.618, 1 is always important, and 2.618. Okay, these are your most important numbers. If you take 1 and you can go either side of the 618, then you add it, you got the 2618. Most important number. You actually can divide 382, I believe it is, with 2618, and you come up with another number. It is if you take 382 and you do the square root of 618, it becomes 2618. So to get 382, you take the square root of 618. To get to all these other numbers, there's so many different ways to look at this. Arithmetic, geometry, you know, harmonic, different. There's so many different ways to look at these numbers. They add up. You know, it's phenomenal. So all you need with Fibonacci. So now we know what the numbers mean. So when you have a range low to a range high, you're looking for a retracement. As I said, for those of you that are trading, if you want to trade the EUR-USD to the buy side, where it is in its current state, just put a stop loss below the market and trade it from the buy side, okay? You're trading from the buy side, the EUR-USD. I'm not going to hold this and manage it later on. But, yeah, it's still okay to manage, enter the EUR-USD. Just keep your stop below and you manage it, okay? Now, the 618, when you understand this, let's go to another chart, okay? Well, let's go to another chart. No, let's go to another chart. Okay, so here. So let's go to a daily chart of the EUR-USD. Now, look at the bottom left. Type in EUR-USD. Let's get rid of all this this stuff here. Okay. Let me just get rid of this stuff here, guys. Let me just get rid of this stuff. All right, for those traders that are looking for something. My opinion is you got this, you got this, you got this. What's happening here is the market went up, market's pulling back, and the market should turn higher. So my attitude is this area right here, this retracement area is most important. So I like the buy side on the EUR-USD. All right, buy side EUR-USD. Okay. Also, guys, we talked about buying down here on the GBP NZD. We talked about buying on the GBP NZD. What I would do right now, guys, if you took the long trade, is put your stops right down here. Put your stops down here and protect yourself, okay? So whoever took the GBP NZD, you have a trade right here. Somebody's up $335 on it, okay? Everybody's took it. Oh, my gosh. All right, guys. You know, we make money even when we're doing class. We got break-even stops, and here's what I say. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. You're up about, how many pips you up? I mean, you're up a bunch of pips, right? So exit half of your position like I taught you. All right, exit half of the position like I taught you. And if you only did a micro lot and you're small, you can always exit right here, or you can put your stop here at break even and let it run. Let it run, okay? So we're making money for you while we're teaching you how to understand what the markets mean. So guys, so what we have here, so when the market goes from low to high, you're looking at a retracement. Then when it goes from high to low, you're looking at a retracement up. So you're doing the same thing. You're looking at how high the market can come, right? From the high to low. All right, so we get rid of this. How do you get right here on the left? See that? The quick execution buttons right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, so from high to low, basically you're taking this high to low right there, and you're taking this, okay? And you're looking for the move back up. So if you're in the EUR USD trade and you're looking for a target, you would target that area right there, which would be your 1086, whatever it is. I don't know. Let me just see here. Okay, so why did we like the EUR USD? Because it came down to the 618 with support. You also had two data points here and here. You see you have two data points, guys. And you take your risk, you put it below those data points. It should not come back below there. So if this is really a true buy, that's your 618. It should not come back below there. It should turn up. Okay? Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Hey guys, let me get a show of hands. Let me get a show of hands. Let me show you what I did. Let me show you what I did. Oh my gosh, guys, wait till you see the new wait. Wait till you see the new PowerPoint. Check this out. Check this out. This is a new PowerPoint that I'm releasing for iMarkets Live. I want to show you guys something that you guys really, I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to give you more love than ever before. I want to show you something. I was showing somebody the other night. I was doing a class, a webinar, and I was kind of showing the live room, but it's discounted a lot. You know, people discount it like, yeah, that's nice and all, but I started showing the results of what we're doing, you know, and it got me excited because, wow, you know, we're showing the live room. So watch this, guys. This is part of our new PowerPoint. I showed the video. Check this out. On the left, on our new PowerPoint video for our company, I'm showing all the different profits that we're making in the room, the live trading room. This is our live trading room that we do Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Right here on the left. That's actually our live trading room, the futures room and Forex. You can see people make a lot of money with us there, guys. Seriously, if you're able to come to the live trading room, that's where a lot of money's made. I mean, fortunes are made in that room. I have guys making between 5 and 20,000 a week. I have guys making 200 a week. I have guys making 1,000 a week. But what I ended up doing was, check this out. Check this out. I thought, why not, right? Why not share? Gosh, you know, why not share what we're doing? So I started doing this. I started showing all the past, and this is in our new company video, the corporate video. Look, so then I thought about all the pictures I've been taking. I'm like, you know what? Why not show this on the corporate video of all the profits that we've been making? Because, gosh, there's LaRue right there. She's been commenting. She's always commenting. And I started showing slide after slide. Is it working? Oh, yeah. It's just taking a little time. So I guess I was talking about it here, right? I talk about what keeps us legal in it right there. So let me just go a little bit further. Right? So I'm showing the different profits every day. Then I thought about you guys. I'm like, I was taking pictures, and then I was showing our profits 2 days ago, $3,000 in the live room. I traded it live, guys, real account, a $5,000 account, real live, in front of everybody, in and out, to show them that you can make thousands of dollars a day trading, period. I don't mean to get off point, but I wanted to show you something. So then I do it again. I show another. Okay. Then I show yesterday. That was yesterday. It was like $300 in the futures room. Then I was like, you know what? You can't, and I was putting like in a video, like, you can't lie of this many people that are making profits with us. Look at this. Guys, it's just mind-blowing. Isn't that crazy? Look at this. Look at the amount of pages that I go through. I didn't realize there was that many people making money with it. Look at this. This is a PowerPoint video that I did. Look at this. Is nuts. The love that's, you guys don't see this, And I'm like, why not? Why not flap my wings a little bit and show really what we got going on? You are in the session. That's this, Alex. That's this room right here. So this is right here. No, this is right now. Alex, Angel, this is right now. That's this room is those pictures. That's you guys. Like right now. Yeah, well, not right now. I took pictures from the other nights, and I was thinking, that's cool. And I kept going through slide after slide, and I did 2 PowerPoints with this, and 100% sign-up rate for the people that were presenting it, because it's one thing to talk about profits. It's another thing to show the amount of love that we have going on. I thought that was amazing, So anyway, where we go, okay? So right here, this GBP-NZD should go a lot higher, okay? Should go a lot higher, guys. No, you're going to have it. I'm putting a video in the back office today. I'm sending it out to the whole company. That video, I did the video, and I did it like I did it for, so listen, I did it for somebody, and I'm not going to call her out, but she's been having a tough time. And somebody was supposed to help her, all right? And she's having a real tough time, all right? A real tough time. And I helped her get into IML. I paid her way. Put it like that. I paid the bonuses, everything. To whoever it is, I paid their bonuses. I got her in the company. And she put, I think it was 20 people last night in the room for a webinar. I'm working with her. She's not a big leader where you have thousands of people. That's who I deal with. She's a girl who been in the industry. She's gotten hurt. And my attitude is, I don't care who you are. I'm stepping up. And I did a webinar for her last night. And I did it how I do my stuff. It wasn't intended to be a corporate webinar. It was intended for me to do something, but how everything came out, I thought to myself, oh man, I hit it on the head. This is the new corporate video. Guys, you're going to flip out when you see the marketing video, the product. You guys are going to flip out. You should be really proud. It really broke my ass to make sure that you guys had the best of the best, no lie. So let's get back here. The EURUSD, I like the fact you got the 2 double bottom. That's a legitimate support. If it fails here, it's a big deal. But that's right there, legitimate support right there. Point and point, and you would put your stop underneath. That's what you do. If it fails here, guys, don't turn around and say Chris Terry sucks, all that. Bottom line is you have a move up, a retracement down to 2 spots of opportunity, and you guys can go in and work a trade anywhere in here and work the buy side and look for opportunity. You got data points down here saying that it's support. So the good thing is you now can utilize these Fibonacci levels, right? You see? You now can use the Fibonacci levels to determine turning points in the market. See? And you know why they're considered, why they're here. Okay? The stop loss, I would do something like this, 1.08. 1.08. How about that? Do like 1.08. Fair enough? You got about 25 pips of risk. All right? big deal. 25 pips of risk, you're good. So if you want to risk 2% on $1,000, you got 1 mini. You know, big deal. Wow, I can't believe this thing went up already like that. Wow. So you guys know, it's 4:15 in the morning. So let's just stop this for now, and then on Friday, we'll do our class again. We went right now. I know you guys want to do more stuff, but can you guys help me out? Can we take a selfie? Can you tell me how you did today with our work? If you made money, I want to take a picture. Just tell me how you feel. Listen, you doing this is actually helping me out because I'm able to help you I'm able to help you share with others that Chris Terry is teaching and that you're learning. You know what I'm saying? It's like this team thing. I'm not doing it for me. I don't need the ego. Believe me, I don't need the ego boost. But if I can help you help yourself by showing a picture of what we're doing, okay? So tell me how you feel tonight. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your love. I'm gonna take a snapshot and say, look, here's a selfie from tonight. Bang. If not, it doesn't matter. I more or less just I didn't believe that trade would have moved. We're finished training, and it's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh. Glad. Oh my God. Everybody making money. Oh, my people making money. Oh my gosh. You guys are ballers. You guys are out of control. You guys are out of control. Oh my God. If you see, all right, guys, I'm going to stop it right there. Love it. I love it, guys. I'm going to put this on Facebook. Let me friend whoever friended me here. And it's going to take time for me to edit this. I'll get it up on Facebook. But, and I'll do it today. I'll send it out and all that stuff. And I'll put it up on Facebook. And tomorrow night, I'll give it out again. I'll give the link out. No problem. So hold on a second. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I can't believe you guys. I'm teaching and you guys are doing trades on the stuff we're talking about. You guys, you know what it is? You guys are like me. You guys are like me. You're just like, you want to go get it done. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I'm thinking you guys are hanging out with me. No, you're trading. Unbelievable. All right, cool. Watch that EUR, man. Oh my God. I can't even log into my Facebook because I'm just laughing. I don't even remember my Facebook login, quite honestly. Yeah. All right, let me just save all this. Oh my God. 175 new friends on Facebook? I gotta go through every one of that. Okay. But, I'm gonna I'll put the post up there with the class later on. I'll have it worked on. I have to edit it. It's gonna take a while, guys. I'll have to edit it later on. you know. Hmm. Okay. So I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to put the picture up because that was cool. Let me see. I'll put the picture up. That was cool. I'm also going to post the new PowerPoint, the new video that we have. So, wow. Guys, I just posted the picture of the London session of you guys. If you want, go in there, you comment. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait till you see the guys. Let me give you the video. Hold on a second. Wait, let me give you the video. When you understand the new video, wait, hold on a second. Let me give it to you. Wait, you have no idea what's about to, oh my gosh, hold on. Guys, wait, I'm going to give it to you now. You guys are going to be the first ones to see it. Okay, listen, this is the first one right there. You guys are the first one to see it right there. Okay, I'll put on Facebook also. Wow. New compensation and new product and compensation video. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll put it on Facebook, guys. I'm actually sending that out to the company. I'm actually going to update it. So look, if your EUR stops, listen, here's how I want you to play this, guys. I'm going to be leaving. If this stops you out, okay, if this comes down and stops you out and comes back up like that, you re-enter, okay? Don't just jump out and run away. If it holds and turns back up, you re-enter. So right now, it should hold here. But if it fails, it comes down and then turns up again, all right, fine. Use 1.08 as your risk. You should be okay with that. This thing right here has gone 80 pips, so I guess we called the trade. Oh, you want my Facebook link? Hold on. Add me on Facebook, guys. Just add me on Facebook, so that way you got all my stuff. All right, and anything I post for all the, because I'm going to be changing the link anyway. Please, the link for the trainings and stuff as we go forward, and I'm going to be doing them, in hold on a second. What's this person? Wow. I'll put another picture. It'd be fun. I like showing off and showing everybody else, all these other experts and gurus that are watching us, the amount of money you guys are making, the class, the education. And I've been doing this for 18 years, guys. Not like I just started and I'm stopped. I've been doing it for 18 years consistently. And I'm probably the only guy out there that's been doing it this long. And I don't make any claim to fame, but we've been doing it for 18 years consistently. I've never missed a day of work ever in 18 years. Hope you guys know this. Never missed one day of work. Never. I've been sick. It's nasty. I've lost internet connection. I figured it out, guys. I'm always here for you. Okay? And I got a lot of members that are with me from my other company from ages ago. So yeah. You see how it comes down? You got your stop down here, 1.08. This can happen, all right? All this testing still can happen. That's why you want to keep your stop away from the noise, all right? You're keeping your stop away from the noise, all right? You want to see this hold here and then turn up again. You see that? 1.08, leave your stop down there. If it fails, you gave it a shot. But if it turns up here, guys, I want you to look bigger picture that this has a massive move coming. Watch. Big area down here, guys. I can't really show you here. Just take it from me. That's a big area. Well, you're gonna learn. You know, David, it's taking time. It's gonna learn, man. You're gonna learn. All right, you're gonna learn. Don't worry about it. In time. You're not gonna learn it all in one night, my brother. Well, what you want to do is you want this to turn above here. Okay, you really want it to turn above there. You want to see this stop going down. Essentially, you want to see it stop going down. So if you have something like this, let's just say this goes down here, stops, then turns up again. Okay, if it does that, and it goes back up here, that's just telling you it was a fake breakout and you rebuy it on the way up. Don't be scared. It's okay. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it fakes out and then turns back up. So your thing is if it comes down, stops you out, turns up, you buy it again and put your stop underneath the low. That's what you do. All right. So just keep that in mind. Let me see. Alex, we gave the buy side on the AUD USD. We gave that already. It's on a buy. We gave that yesterday. Okay, we gave a long-term buy on that yesterday. All right, we gave that yesterday as a buy, a long-term buy. Okay, we gave that yesterday as a long-term buy. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this class. We did it for 2.5 hours. I love you guys, and tomorrow we'll go back and we'll look for some trading opportunity, and then on Friday we'll do maybe an advanced class or something. All right, rock and roll, guys. Catch you then. Talk to you soon. Rock and roll.